Season two finally fucking here. Told you it was coming. Well, feels like for months now, but finally got at least most of the health stuff and all that scheduled for down the road. Finally got a lot of the headaches out of the way, and I'm not going to Wilmington every 5 minutes anymore. So got a lot of that out of the way. So here we are. Season two is a so-so night for Raw. I thought they did some good shit. I thought they did some dumb shit. They can't help themselves. And again, like I keep saying, if you read anything on Substack, if you haven't read my Substack, please go on there. I've shared the link on the socials. Lots of good reads on there, not just for me, for many people, but you know, it's wrestling. It's not going to hit all the time, but some of it's just cringy and ridiculous at this point. I did enjoy, I do enjoy the hostile takeovers to an extent. When the bloodline does it, but they've done it so many times now, it's like, you know, how many times are we gonna see it? Now it did lead to some good matches, so not taking anything away from that. But I mean, really, how many times can we see that same shit over and over again? And it's literally because it feels like the same thing. And what the hell good does that do? But it does lead to good matches. So, I see a lot of split signals, mixed feelings, all kinds of things on the socials about it. I say, and everyone says, well, it needs to be more than good matches. But for the longest time, we didn't even really have good matches. So, except for on the big premium live events. So, if we're going to get good matches on Raw out of it, I guess it works for something. So that's my take on it. Really don't care what you think about it, but there we are. Some big things happened, though. Some lesser things did happen. A lesser thing, Elias, he likes to lose these things. Losing the Music City Street Fight to Solo Sokoa. I will say it's kind of amazing, though. Different name, same outcome. How many times did he lose Symphony of Destruction matches to people like Braun Strowman and everyone else? Or like standing bases and stuff for getting smashed off of them. Like, it seems to be a common trend with him to lose these things. I'm glad to see him back. I think this is a much better, deal than he ever could have got out of, Ezekiel. I still would like to know what whoever was on when they made the decision that he was going to go from Elias to Ezekiel. That was one of the big things the night after WrestleMania. I don't know what you have to be on to think that that makes any goddamn sense at all, because it don't, but or doesn't for those of us that want to correct me on my English there. I don't get it. I mean, I'm glad to see him back. Hopefully this leads to something else down the road. And granted, again, it was against Solo, so they're not going to have him lose right now, no matter what it is. So I do understand. I just, how many times can he be in Symphony Destruction, Music City Street Fights, any of that shit all the time? It just seems to be a trend. Not my big favorite thing. Again, good tag title net match coming Friday. Now that Drew's clear, so Sheamus and Drew against the Usos, and there was a good match from the hostile thing with the Street Profits and KO against Sammy and the Usos. Again, good match. They always deliver when they're in the ring, and I did enjoy seeing now that Drew's clear, him and Sheamus. I mean, at least it'll be a good match. Do I see them beating the Usos right now? No, sadly. Even though with their history, at least they could make it make sense that Drew and Sheamus got the tag titles and won. They could find a way to make sense of that, but I don't see them doing it. I don't think any of us see them doing it. Again, I'm not really complaining about that either. They can keep doing that. That's completely acceptable to me, but they do need to build. Again, if you haven't seen the Substack, set it all over there. They need to build the tag division. Better. A lot of people did get a lot of shots, and I will give them credit that I think the tag division is better than, let's say, a lot of the women's divisions. I mean, build wise for teams. And you got the Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, Hit Row, no matter what you feel about them. Legato, RK Bro was there, the Alpha Academy. Like, there was a lot of teams that got, I mean, did they get anywhere? No, but Street Profits, like, there's talent there. So I'm, down with it. Just everyone gets like a 1 or 2 month run now that, because they unified the titles, and then no one else really does anything meaningful, which is why I don't like the titles being together. You might like them being together. I don't like that being together, and I don't like Roman having both of them. Why? Because everyone says makes more opportunities. How? That's one person feuding with him for months on end. No one else, because there's no other major title. So I don't like the shit. You can like it. I don't. But I'm looking forward to the tag title match on Friday. It was good to see them on Raw, if only for a little bit, just because it did at least put some kind of effort towards all of that. And that gets us into, at least some of the decent shit for the night. I will say Alexa Bliss completely snapping, and we saw the Bray. We all knew that glitch and all that was coming, and she needed it. I mean, I don't know what anyone else thinks about it. She needed it. Really, really bad, in my opinion. I mean, look where she's been since she came back. Yeah, she did her thing with Bray. She had, got married, did all that, vanished, but she came back all smiley, happy, did the therapy thing, which some like, some hated. I'm somewhere in between on most of it. But since she came back, she's just been smiley, happy Alexa, just to be there, and been Bianca's sidekick really for months now, months and months and months. And it got her nowhere, just like Asuka didn't do anything to help either of them. So we're finally freaking out, and snapping like that and going back into that gives her something. It turns her, towards that side. And again, it was like the Apollo Crews theories that kind of, since she came back, she was just there, smiley, happy, yay, no real character, just there. And at Bianca's side for months and months, and it absolutely sucked. We liked her as the goddesses, Little Miss Bliss. Hell, we even liked her with Nikki Cross as the women's tag champs. We liked her with the Bray Wyatt stuff to like all weird. It's just her smiling and not really having anything absolutely sucked, and it's not what they needed. So they needed to have her do it. And it was a double whammy because we got to see her do that, which puts her, in that trajectory now. And it protected Bianca. As I said going in, I want Alexa to win. But again, we all had that feeling that there's no snowflake's chance in hell. So we're completely snapping, mauling the referee, and, laying out Bianca afterwards, and walking out. That's what needed to happen. Got Alexa where she desperately needed to go, and I'll argue people on that one. She desperately needed to make the move because it just wasn't working, and it protected Bianca, which is we all knew they were going to do because she is the golden goose right now. So who the hell am I to go and discourage them from protecting the golden goose as long as it leads to something down the road? So that was really good, needed to happen, long overdue. I don't know what you felt. I don't know. Thought it was flat. Like there was all this, ooh, she's coming back. The whole therapy thing. She was in one match. We didn't see her again for a while. It's just really wishy-washy how that all was handled. And again, different regime, different people. I get that. But, even since the new guys got in, it really hasn't been good. So hopefully this leads to something. Becky and Damage Control and Mia Yim suddenly showing up to be her tag team partner. I mean, it gave Mia something to do, but I don't know. It feels quite flat to me. And never mind about Damage Control song, which absolutely sucks. Because it does. And never mind the talent of any of them, because we know I like Bailey. I thought Bailey was on a roll before the knee injury. Io, we all know. I mean, go back and watch the old stuff in the archives there on YouTube or Apple, Spotify, wherever the hell you are. Listen to that shit. I had nothing but praise for Io for what she did in her time in NXT there as champion. I thought she did a fantastic job. Dakota completely changed it over. She's moved the character around a lot, and it's all good individually, just collectively, it's just not fucking there. And we need to get rid of it already. It just, I don't know. Bailey just, where she was before she got hurt to where she is now with this is one of the biggest downgrades in a very long time. It's nowhere near the same level. Sorry, folks. Argue with me all you want. That shit sucks. It's really, really, really bad. And, again, she came back and we were all excited, and now here we are, and we're still trying to, it's just, it hasn't done anything. And look at the fire that Bailey was on before she got hurt, and now look at this. I mean, sure, it might take a little bit to get it going, but it's been since the end of July. We're already in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. That shit needs to get figured out and figured out fast because it's not working for me. And I don't think I'm the only one that really isn't any reaction when anything happens. It's not good at all. Change that garbage, please. The Dom shit, I just want it to stop. Sorry. You could like it. I find it to be completely cringy, and people say, no, he's just getting heat. But him doing, them doing that thing and saying that, he's that Eddie Guerrero was, his generation's Dominic Mysterio. Never mind what any of that showing up at the Thanksgiving thing, the Christmas thing. It's just so garbage and cringe and cheap heat. Like, get real heat. Like, he doesn't look like he can wrestle. He's not on the same level as everyone else in the group. Talking wise, look wise, it doesn't work. I mean, granted, excuse me, it's made Rhea look fantastic. I mean, she's been $1 million in this whole entire thing, selling it all for all of Judgment Day. So that part of it is good, but the Dom thing, like, we need to pull the plug on that. I still stand by. Should have went to fucking NXT. He should have, I don't know, went and got some kind of character before thrown into this thing. Because again, you can go back even after he gave his first promo there. It was backstage, so he wasn't live, but it actually wasn't that bad, and it just hasn't elevated, from there because it's just the same shit on loop. There's no evolution of it. It's just on loop, on loop, on loop. It might add a little wrinkle, but it's literally the same damn thing, week after week, month after month. And hell, I could go out there and get cheap heat. Hell, I bet I could sit on here and get cheap heat if it got around to the world and piss off a lot of people. It's not that hard. It's so easy. A caveman can do it. Hi, I'm that caveman. But we got to do something to stop that already, no matter what. I feel it doesn't get any better. We know what it's leading to, which is another big problem of it. We know it's leading to Ray and Dom at some point, and we're probably all guessing it's going to be Ray and Dom, like WrestleMania or something, for a retirement match. And I don't want to see Ray go down that way after that career, to have it be losing to Dom that way. Doesn't feel right. Got one of those feelings. It's coming. I'm pretty sure we all do, but need to get rid of that shit too. And then, the main event of Raw. What is there to say? Great one. Not a fan of the ending, but referee playing with the knee, But I just want to say I was fucking right. So congratulations to all you people that fucking lost it after the failed cash in, said he was getting buried. This is the theory that he always should have been. I don't know what the hell Vince was on, or whoever the hell else it was that came up, that whole character that he was. The youngest, this brash, just wasn't even good. Brash is an offensive word to use. Like, that was garbage. Whoever came up with that absolutely sucked. And all the people that said they buried him by having him failed cash in that way. Look where he's been elevated to since then. It was the best thing they could have done. It got it off of him without the obvious. No one saw it coming. And we literally, next week, they moved everyone on. Like, we completely damn near, like, if they didn't keep mentioning it, you never would have thought about it, because they have done it so well since then. And that, low blow to end that match did everything it fucking needs. Helps Theory as a heel to keep building up there, because Seth's so over. And Seth's so over, he can lose that way. It won't hurt him at all. And it also leads to another match down the road, which them having matches together is fantastic, because they could both go. And having, Theory in the ring with Seth just shows how good Theory is, and makes me question, whoever made the decision to make him the youngest, this, that, and the other thing for so long, because look what he can do. Like, just let him go out and do. Don't have to make him go out and do it. Let's just let him go out and do what he can. Like, do what we all know he can. What is so hard about that? I don't understand how that was a bad thing, but this is the thing that he needed desperately, because they kept him doing the selfie thing. By the way, Tyler Breeze did it better. He went to the whole damn level with it. And it's what this is working 1,000 times better than it ever would have, the other way. So I'm glad I got that one right. But we all agree that whole selfie thing. Like, if you don't think that sucked, I don't know what's wrong with you, because that was absolute trash. That sucked. That was like the state of New Jersey. Absolutely sucked. So Going into it, though, things I want for the new year after watching Raw, besides stop having just random people show tag, just randomness of it, and AJ to get a quick recovery. Need to see that happen. Absolutely sucks. But for the new year, we need to end the dumb shit with Dom. For the love of God, make it end at some point. I know it's not, and we're probably going to see him be the one to beat Ray and send Ray to retirement. But please, God, don't end the cringe shit that is Damage Control. And again, I like them all individually, but once they came back and they were at that spot of SummerSlam, it hasn't worked. You hear the crowd, it sucks. And the music sucks too. And finally let Alexa loose and get the woman some damn gold, because look what she was before, as the goddess and everything else. And we need to stop wasting that talent. But don't forget to follow the YouTube channel, Apple, Google Podcast, Spotify, wherever the hell you are. And I'm out. So enjoy the rest of your day. Deuces.